Right, listen, Johnny, we got you on to talk, of course, about the cruiserweight division. Actually, what have you made of Canelo Álvarez's decision to step up into it?
Okay, so at a certain level, if you're from a fighter's point of view, from a world champion's point of view, when I speak to other cruiserweights, they are licking the lips, thinking he's going to come up here in our division to ramp with us. This little fella. And I'm telling you, even when I was in the dressing room with Richard Riakpo before the fight, he started. It was like one of those lads just say, "Oh my God, he's going to get battered." But the problem is, if you pick the right fight, then it works out. He's picking McCarble. McCarble got knocked out against Tony Bellew. McCarble's not the biggest of cruiserweights. You look at the cruiserweights now. Look at your Riakpos. Look at your Lawrence Okolis. These guys are huge, long monsters. And so Canelo's thinking he's going to go in there and try and ragdoll these boys. These ain't light heavyweights. These guys that getting in the ring at 14 stone 4 means they're walking around about 15 stone 4 by the time they get in the ring. And I just think you pick the right fight. And you know what? You can't blame him. He's picked a fight against a cruiserweight that is not out of proportion, not too big, not too rangy, not the best of the best. So I get it. Roy Jones did it when he boxed. Was it Ruiz? For the heavyweight, then step back down again. He boxed the heavyweight that wasn't a big, long unit like Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder or even Anthony Joshua. He boxed an average-sized man that was heavy. And that's what, and that Canelo is stepping into the cruiserweight world. Let me see him do that with the big boys.
I mean, but you can see why Makabu wants to fight, though. I mean, for him, it's the dream fight. I mean, for the following he has, Canelo, and the money we'll make from that fight, he's not going to say, "Oh no, listen, I'm 2 stone heavier than you, I'm 4 inch taller, but I'm not going to take it." Even if Makabu loses at his age, he's going to think, "Well, at least I've got an unbelievable payday."
Yeah, and that's it. And like it or not, Canelo is that guy. He's that cash cow. He's the one that the TV follow. He's the one that the WBC are well and truly behind, which again baffles me because they can sanction something like that, but they can't get the head around the fact of Tyson Fury and Dillian White saying, "Oh, 30 days ago they said he's got 30 days to make a decision. Now it's we were doing arbitration," and they keep moving the goalposts. So they do what it suits. Now Canelo, trust me, I think he's a brilliant technician. I think so. Let's not get it wrong. But the problem with is that cloud. You look at his history in boxing when he's with the drug testing, that cloud is still there. So regardless if it's true or false, regardless of what's being done or not, there's a bit of a cloud over his talent. And I don't get it because technically the boy's on point. He's outstanding. But then that cloud, it just to me, it's hard to give credit where credit's due. He's a good fighter. He's a wicked fighter, but that unfortunately, it just sticks in my throat a little bit.
Johnny, I'm going to ask you a question. If you do feel the need to swear, rather than swear and say, "Oh, I can't say that swear word," don't swear in the first place. All right?
Apologies.
Say
apologies.
Say beep.
Just a word of advice. Don't say, "Oh, I mustn't say this word," and say the word.
Yeah.
And what would your game plan be then against someone like Canelo Álvarez?
Knock him out.
I would bully the life out of him. You watch him. He's moved from middle to super middle to light heavyweight. He's gone through from light, but he's moved up there and he's stood there. He's bullied them. He's bossed the centre of the ring and walked him down. But the thing is, he's slick. He can move. He's done it with guys he can push around. If you're a fully fledged cruiserweights are just little heavyweights, but they're just faster and they're strong as oxen. A fully fledged cruiserweight. And even Lawrence Okolie, even though Lawrence is he's even nowhere near the finished article, he should give him problems with his height and his reach and his setup. And I'm not saying because Lawrence Okolie is nowhere near as technically good as Canelo, but his size alone, his weight alone, that power alone, that should be enough. He's getting in there with McCarble. McCarble is not an out of proportion cruiserweight. He's an average size cruiserweight. So you can think, and he's not even the top tier. So it's just frustrating because you just think, you know what, you're picking the right fight. You're picking the person you want to fight.
Johnny, let me ask you this question, because if Canelo does, well, he's going to step up. He's fighting at 169. He's going to move up to at least a minimum of 180 pounds, right? Can you just explain to me that if he steps into the ring and he's on a level playing field in terms of he's the same weight as his opponent, right? Mm-hmm. Can you just explain to me why he's still at a disadvantage because that's not his natural weight?
Okay, then. So really, so say for instance, if you're a cruiserweight division is 14 stone 4. It wouldn't surprise me if he created some kind of catch weight where that cruiserweight's just got to get below the weight. He's got to get to, like, I don't know, 12-12 or 12-10 or something like that, the old cruiserweight division. So therefore, the cruiserweight is at a disadvantage because he's working on a minus. Whereas Canelo, he'll probably walk around at around, I don't know, 12.5 stone plus. So, but that natural strength that he's got works for him against guys who can push and bully around. You can, I'm telling you, if you are a fully fledged cruiserweight and you can fight, this little man ain't going to push you around. He's not going to push you around. He's not going to bully you. He will hit and hurt, but when you hit him, he'll feel hit. When you hurt him, he'll know he's hurt. Whereas usually when you've seen him, he's kind of actually done it with ease so far. I must admit, his last fight against Plant wasn't his best performance, even though it was a good performance, and he won. So technically, I think this guy is on point, but he's coming up to the big boys division now. And unfortunately, the world will think the cruiserweight division is defined by McCarble. It ain't. He's not the best. He's just a guy that's got a title. Does McCarble think he's the best cruiserweight in the world? Really, truly, no. He has the WBC title. If you're a world champion, you think you are the best fighter in the world. That's what I thought. So if you don't believe it or nobody else believes it, isn't my problem. I thought I was the best at my weight. So for Canelo to get in there with the best of the cruiserweight division and then turn him over, good on him. But he ain't doing that. He's picking the right fight, right person, right time.
Saying that, Usyk, he went from cruiserweight, same as Holyfield, same as Hare. They went up, didn't they, to heavyweight and champs. But what about if Usyk come back down, though, to fight Canelo at cruiserweight? That'd be awesome.
Case in point, would he go in there with Usyk at cruiserweight? No, he wouldn't.
No, that's what I was trying to get to. Yeah.
So basically, he's trying to fool you all to say I am the best in the world at cruiserweight. He's not. He just managed to get a fight with a cruiserweight that's got a title. And it sounds like I'm hating. I ain't hating because I think he's a brilliant fighter. But he's coming into my old division, and I know what's out there. I know what these fighters can do that are worth their soul. And in reality, he couldn't have done that when I was fighting. No. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. He could not have done that.
Johnny, listen, thank you for coming on. We can see you on Zoom. If people are watching on YouTube, they can see you. I'm just curious, we can see your lovely beard. Got quite a few grey flecks in it. You ever thought about dyeing the beard or not?
And you know what? I was actually trying to grow it, but it's just made me look like a right old giffer. So I'm gonna have to take it off because all of a sudden people are like, "Yo, guess what? I got a pension thing the other day. A letter saying." I'm like, you are joking. So they offered me money for a pension that I can draw. That's coming off, man. You've just blown it. Yeah.
If you are going to get in the ring with Jake Paul, take it off because it looks like he'll be fighting his great granddad. All right, or Father Christmas.
You are out of order.
Can't be as grey as mine, mate. I mean, dear me, I'm ready for my pension in 4 years as well. So don't worry about
it. I got a letter. I'm like, am I old then? And you just sent me this letter. I've got to take it up. In fact, I shouldn't have told you that because now you kind of know how old I'm getting. But yeah, I'm just joking. I didn't mean that.
Johnny, you don't look a day over 45. All right.